You ever wake up one day, look around and think, wait, this is it? This is adulthood? Because same, I swear there was supposed to be more to it than bills, stress, and deciding whether to eat dinner or save money. Nobody told us adulting was basically childhood with worse graphics and way more lag. When I was a kid, I couldn't wait to grow up. I used to look at adults and think, wow, they have freedom. They can stay up late, buy ice cream whenever they want, and no one tells them what to do. Now I'm an adult, and staying up late just means I'll have anxiety in high definition tomorrow morning. And that ice cream? Yeah, it costs as much as my self-esteem after checking my bank account. My parents made adulthood look easy, but they also lied. They didn't tell me about taxes, inflation, or how laundry never ends. Like, no matter how much you wash, there's always one mysterious sock missing, probably off living its best life somewhere in another dimension. And the bills, oh, the bills. When you're a kid, you think bills are just those paper things adults throw on the table dramatically. As an adult, you realize bills are like Pokemon. They just keep evolving. Electricity bill, internet bill, subscription bill, surprise bill, because apparently breathing costs $19.99 a month now. But the real scam? Nobody tells you how lonely adulthood can get. Remember when making friends used to be easy? Like, you'd walk up to someone, say, hey, you like Power Rangers? And boom, best friends. Now everyone's busy, tired, or down to hang soon, which in adult language means see you in 6 months. Then there's the job part. You graduate, all hopeful and inspired, thinking you'll be living your dream. Then reality hits. Entry-level jobs want 5 years of experience, and they pay you just enough to afford oxygen. You wake up early, sit in traffic, and pretend to care about meetings that could have been emails. And when you finally get home, you stare at your ceiling like, I did all that for rent money? Oh, and speaking of rent, why does it feel like landlords just spin a wheel every year to decide how much more they'll charge? You didn't burn the apartment down this year? Cool. Let's add $200. Somewhere between doing dishes, paying bills, and fighting sleep before 10 p.m., you start to realize adulthood isn't a level you unlock. It's a survival mode you're constantly respawning in. I remember my first big adult purchase, a couch. I was so proud. Until I sat on it and realized I couldn't afford food for the rest of the month. So there I was, broke but comfortable, a symbol of modern adulthood. Then there's grocery shopping. Why is it that every trip starts with good intentions? Fruits, veggies, healthy stuff, and ends with you holding pizza rolls and a single banana, like balance. And don't get me started on cooking. One night you feel like a 5-star chef, and the next you burn water. My smoke alarm thinks I'm a chef because it goes off every time I make toast. You try to meal prep to save money, but somehow end up spending double on ingredients you never use again. Now I just eat cereal and call it minimalist dining. I once tried budgeting. Keyword, tried. I made an Excel sheet, color-coded categories, felt so responsible. 2 weeks later, I was broke again and trying to justify a $14 smoothie because it has antioxidants. Then there's the health part. You hit your mid-20s and suddenly your back starts giving you software updates. You sneeze wrong and your spine files for early retirement. You Google your symptoms and somehow every result says you're dying. So now you're stressed about being stressed, which is causing more stress. It's a full-time job just keeping your body functional. But the craziest part about adulthood, the way time works. When you're a kid, a year feels like forever. Now it's January, you blink, and suddenly it's October. You swear you just paid rent, but the next rent's due. It's like life's on 2x speed, but your energy's still buffering. And relationships? Oh man. As a kid, I thought finding the one would be simple. As an adult, it's like trying to buy a house during a hurricane. Everyone's got communication issues, trust problems, or isn't ready for a relationship but wants to vibe. At this point, if someone texts back within 5 minutes, I consider that commitment. But here's the twist. Somewhere in all this chaos, something shifts. You start realizing that adulthood isn't supposed to be perfect. It's messy, weird, and confusing, but also kind of beautiful in its own way. Like that moment when you pay your rent on time and actually have money left for groceries. Feels like winning the lottery. Or when you finally fix something in your house without YouTube's help. That's pure adult serotonin. I once spent an entire day trying to fix a leaky faucet. After hours of frustration, water everywhere, and one existential crisis later, it stopped leaking. Did I feel like a hero? Absolutely. Was it actually because I accidentally turned off the main valve? Also yes, still counts. And then there's that weird peace you get when you realize everyone's just figuring it out. Like no one really has a clue what they're doing. Even the people who look like they do, they're just winging it with better lighting. You start giving yourself more grace. You stop comparing yourself to people on Instagram who bought a house at 25, because deep down you know they're probably crying into their mortgage paperwork too. You realize that growing up isn't about having everything together. It's about learning to laugh when things fall apart. These days, when I'm stressed about bills, work, or life in general, I try to remind myself, yeah, adulting is a scam, but at least I'm in on it now. I can't escape it, but I can make it fun, mess up, learn, and share the chaos. Because that's the secret nobody tells you. Adulthood doesn't get easier. You just get better at laughing through it. So yeah, my laundry pile's still undefeated, my fridge has half a lemon and emotional damage. But I've got a comfy couch, a few good friends, and Wi-Fi that mostly works. And maybe that's enough. Because maybe adulting isn't a scam. Maybe it's just life's way of saying, welcome to the real game. Try not to rage quit. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go buy dish soap, pay 3 bills, and pretend I'm not crying while doing it. But hey, I'm doing my best. And if you are too, you're already winning. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you on the next one. If you haven't watched my previous story time video, My Rage Has Law, please do. I'm sure you'll love it. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, share to friends and family. And if you have similar experiences or even unique ones for that matter, don't hesitate to drop them in the comments section. I will be looking forward to reading them. And on that note, I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.